Hi friends, how are you all? I hope you all are good. My name is Sanju and welcome to my channel English with Sanju. And this evening let's do a short biography of Jane Austen, who is famous for Pride and Prejudice, Sense and Sensibility, Northanger Abbey, etc. Okay, so watch the whole video, that's a request. Jane Austen was a great woman novelist of the 19th century. She was born in 1775 on 16 December. Her father was a reverend, and name of his mom was Cassandra. Apart from older sister, also named Cassandra, Jane had 6 brothers. In 1783, Jane and her sister were sent to boarding school where they caught fever, possibly typhus, and Jane nearly died. The great writer in her begins. It began in she had written some novels collectively called Juvenilia, and then she wrote another one in 1796 and 97 called First Impression, which was later published as Pride and Prejudice. Then in 1798 and 99, she wrote a novel called Susan. In 1801, Jane Austen moved with her sister and parents to Bath. Jane Austen was a tall, slim woman. In 1802, she had received a proposal from a man named Harris Whither. At first, Jane accepted, but she quickly changed her mind. Jane Austen never married. Her father, George Austen, died in 1805. In 1807, she moved to Southampton, and her Pride and Prejudice was published in 1813, and after that another book called Emma was followed in 1816. In the meanwhile, Jane Austen wrote Persuasion, but she died before it could be published. It was posthumously published in 1817. Jane Austen had died on 18 July 1817. She was only 41 years old. She was buried in Winchester Cathedral. Most of her books have been converted into movies, have seen the big screen. So whether it is Pride and Prejudice, these are two movies on the same book with different versions. Pride and Prejudice as an Indian version, and Pride and Prejudice, the English Hollywood version. And what is notable about her is she depicted the position of women from that era where marriage was compulsory, and women would not inherit property of their parents. So in order to secure her life, the only option a woman had was to get married into a good family. So this scenario can be seen in Pride and Prejudice. And the special thing about Pride and Prejudice is it was firstly called as First Impressions, which was also an apt title because that title kind of defines the whole book. Pride and Prejudice meant that the characters of the book, one had pride, the other had prejudice when they had met for the first time. So the title First Impressions would have been technically correct as well, because it was their first impression which made them feel the way they did actually. But later on they realized that first impressions are not right, and that it was probably some part of misunderstanding, that they misjudged each other quickly, and that happens a lot in first your first impression may not always be correct. So later published as Pride and Prejudice. So it is generally said that Pride and Prejudice generally believes, a lot of people, most people who have read Pride and Prejudice believe that, or you can say it's a general belief that most people think that it was Darcy's pride, and the female character, or the main character of the story, Elizabeth, had prejudice against Darcy. So that's why the book could be titled as, could have been, changed. The title would have been changed, and to suit the story better. First impressions would have been apt, but this got it a little Pride and Prejudice. This particular title gave it a little bit of depth, I believe. So that could be reason. I hope you liked the video, and please hit the like button. Comment for suggestions and feedback. Share it with every person you know. Subscribe and ask all your friends to subscribe. And when you subscribe, hit the bell icon so that you get all notifications from my channel and get to see more biographies of authors. Till then, it's bye from me, Sanju. Take good care of yourself, your family, don't forget your friends, and see you in the next video.